I hear countless InfoSec professionals across all industries, not just ICS, denying that DevOps is the future. But ICS security also seems to be in denial of some of the benefits that modern infrastructure can bring, which I'll talk about today. This is only going to be a disservice to ICS, though, because your organizations are inevitably going to be moving their operations to modern infrastructure. So you need to start learning about DevOps. The DIE model emphasizes attributes of modern infrastructure that beget security rather than more abstract concepts like in the CIA trad, which is why I personally don't like it and imagine a lot of you don't too. D stands for distributed. It means that service outages like a DOS are less impactful. I stands for immutable. It means that changes are easier to detect and reverse. And E is for ephemeral. With ephemeral infrastructure, you're trying to drive the value of assets to zero. Immutable infrastructure, the I, doesn't change after it's deployed. Data can't be stored on disk because they disappear and come back, kind of like a phoenix, as Martin Fowler puts it. If modification or updating is necessary, a standardized image with the appropriate changes is used to build a new server to replace the old one. With immutable infrastructure, servers are no longer closely held and cherished pets. They're now disposable cattle. This is the pets and cattle model, if you've heard of it. You have a base image that's validated and version controlled, so each server built from this image, if there's an issue, can be shot, so to speak. Because images are version controlled, rollbacks also become much easier, which eliminates a lot of the traditional headaches of the update process. But immutability gives infrastructure unlimited lives. Think of it like a video game. You no longer have to operate on nightmare mode, where it's game over upon death. Ephemeral infrastructure, the E, is infrastructure that has a very short lifespan. It lives only for the duration of a task before dying, unlike monoliths that can live for thousands of days. So ephemeral infrastructure actually allows for a surprising degree of control and security benefits. Infrastructure that could die at any moment is a nightmare for attackers. Attackers will always prefer systems that are online reliably for a long time, like SCADA systems. So ephemeral infrastructure actually generates a formidable level of uncertainty for persistence. Reverse uptime is a fun metric that measures the amount of time a host has been online, but from the perspective of more time adds security risk. Minimizing the amount of time a resource runs supports ephemerality, so you want to work with your engineering teams to tear down old hosts and reimage them. Again, this will only give fleeting windows of opportunity for attackers to persist. ICS is already 1 foot in the cloud through things like Office 365, predictive maintenance, grid edge systems, and storage systems. So it's better for you to become a leader rather than a gatekeeper. You want to be an enabler rather than just a doer. If SCADA as a service becomes a reality, you really want to have spent time practicing all this chaos engineering before it's too late, because I think for all of our sakes, we need to be prepared for SCADA as a service, which I still find kind of terrifying.